Good morning, good morning, good morning. My name is Markiss Stone and I'm the host of the Daily Dose, and I would like to welcome you to the next day of your new life. That's right, see, we all have the same 24 hours in a day. What would you do with yours today on this beautiful May 3rd, 2019, the year of consistency and the second quarter of power? Well, I will tell you, it is also Friday, so you know what that means. It's Saturday Junior. Means nothing to me. It's just another day at the job because we gotta handle business and slay through the weekend. But I know some of you guys, your friends, family members, co-workers, needs that daily dose of positivity, inspiration, and motivation that your boys got the antidote. I was chilling somewhere in South Africa in Wakanda and I saw a giraffe and I say, you look like you need the antidote. I was chilling somewhere in South America and I saw the gecko just running around chilling. I say, you look like you need the antidote. I was somewhere on Flamingo Beach and you should have saw those pink skinny things. I said, y'all look like y'all really need the antidote. And I know you guys do too. So on the count of three, help me spread it out and do my favorite thing. 1, 2, 3. Hawk, smash that share button. Smash it, uppercut it, hook it, and knock it out the park because today's topic is going to be super lit. I love my shout out section. It's the best part of the show. I know my comment section, I know the likes and the loves is just making it rain in there. I know you guys are doing fantastic and I love you for it. Today's Daily Dose episode is going to be a little bit different. Boy, this is going to be something you guys are going to be going through with me live today. I'm talking about some recent experiences. But in case you came fashionably late, I got a homie named Lyric that's going to tell you what to do. And she usually says right now, Hulk smash the share button. But I'm having technical difficulties today, so I can't bring up none of my animations, but we just gonna go right through it because I know my loyal dosers. I know that you don't watch the show for that. You watch it for the valuable content that I'm gonna bring. So today we are going to talk about fear. That's right. I know every single person that's watching the Daily Dose has some fear. And guess what, guys? It's even including myself. That's right. Had some recent events. If you guys haven't noticed, you've been watching a few replays. And it's a reason that you guys have been watching a few replays for some of the reasons that I post right there on the replay. But fear has a little bit of something to do with it. And today we're going to talk about it because I know it's not just myself that has these fears. I know it's some of my loyal dosers that have fears too. There's fears out there of failure. There's fears out there of rejection. There's fears of intimacy out there. There's fears of success. And some of you guys also have fear of being broke or being losers or jobless. And also what's most important is you have fears of not being good enough. I know every single doser has at least one of those fears. And we're going to talk about it today on the dose. So let's go ahead and get into the antidote. Boom, boom. The antidote is a medicine taken or given to counteract a particular poison. Now, Marcus, these people woke up early to come to your show, 6:30 a.m., some of them 4:30 a.m. You got to hit them with the antidote, baby. Hit them with the antidote. Gosh, I just love technical difficulties. Well, let's talk today about fear, guys. False evidence appearing real. That's right. There's a lot of acronyms for the word fear, but that's the one I'm going to go with. False evidence appearing real. Today, we got to overcome fear together, y'all. I'm going to need y'all. Today, we got to overcome fear together. That includes myself. That's right. Today on the Daily Dose Show, I will be taking my own antidote. Going to get a little personal. I'm going to talk to you guys about it. We're going to have a conversation in the comment section, and I want you to, while I'm delivering the antidote, I want you to write one thing that you're afraid of, and we're going to get through it together. That's right, me and you. I'm going to be sitting at the bar. I'm coming from around the bartender side with the antidote. I'm coming from behind the doctor's office, and instead of sitting right in front of you, I'm going to sit right next to you today, and we're going to take this antidote together. Are y'all okay with that? Are y'all feeling me on that? Can we do that today? Can Dr. Stone deliver? Can Dr. Stone take the antidote with you today? Well, thanks. Let's go ahead and talk about 3 tips to overcome fear. Now, I need you guys to help me with this. I really, really, really need you to write it down. Write it down in the comments. Hit that enter button. There's no insecurities in the dose section. There's no insecurities in the comments section. We are all one dose tribe. So whatever fear that you're having right now, I need you to write it in the comments section, and I will be reading some of them live as I deliver the antidote and talk about my own fears and insecurities as well too. So the number one tip that we're going to get over this fear together is we're not going to let it stop you. See, what ends up happening sometime is fear has the ability to stop you dead in your tracks. Think about when something bad happens. Think about when you don't accomplish your goal. Think about when life smacks you dead smack in the face. Think about when the negativity starts to surround you. All of a sudden, we want to throw our hands up in the air and we want to give up and say, forget it, and why am I doing this in the first place? Now, what's most important is you created a why. You wrote it down. You put it somewhere where you can see it every day. You developed your plan of action. You had your goals, and you know deep down inside why you need to be doing what you're doing. But all of a sudden, here comes fear. This negative roadblock comes in our life, and we just automatically stop. And in order to get over this hump that we know we're fully capable of, keep in mind, fear is false evidence appearing real. It's false. It's not real. We know it's not real. What you got to understand is that we're being tested. We're being judged. And some of the tests are harder than the others. There's life tests that we get that we just ace right out of the park. We notice it right away. We see what it is. And we realize right away that it's false evidence. This ain't real. And we get past the test. But some tests are harder than others. Like this dream that I just had. Gosh, I literally just had a dream 20 minutes ago that I woke up from. I hit my snooze button this morning, and maybe that was my test. Maybe I failed the test by hitting the snooze button. I know good and dang on well I shouldn't have hit the snooze button, but I hit the snooze button this morning, and guess what happened? When I went back to sleep, I had a terrible dream. Terrible, terrible, terrible dream. It included one of the list of things that I just read off to you. I'll read them off to you again. Failure, rejection, intimacy, success, being broke or jobless, and not being good enough. It had one or two of those in there, maybe even three. And let me tell you, you ever have those dreams where they just appear to be so real? So real. It's like you know it's a dream, but it just seems so real. Like you have a very thin mindset when it comes to really asking yourself, am I really living this right now, or am I dreaming this? This can't be real, but it just seems so real. You ever have one of those dreams? I just had that dream, and it felt so stinking real. So real that I'm one of the people out there. I know this isn't a lot of people, but I'm one of the people out there that can actually control my dreams. I can control my movements. I can control what I say. I can control what I do. And I know that that's rare. I know a lot of people can't do that. But I actually have the ability to control my dreams. And guess what? In this dream that I just had, the only thing that I can do is sit there and not say a word. It was that real. It was that devastating. It was that crazy. It was that to the point where I was literally, when I woke up from this dream, I said, whoa, I'm not in the right mindset to do the dose today. I'm not in it. Like, wow, was that real? Like, is that reality? Is that what happens? Is that the end game? Is that what happens? But for some reason or another, I kept thinking about this. Thank you, Lisa Copeland. Thank you, Glenn Lundy. This is Napoleon Hill, Outwitting the Devil. I just got this book yesterday. I got it day before yesterday, and I had to finish reading another book, and I started reading this one yesterday. Well, I'll tell you what. I bent the page back so I can go right to it. I actually read the foreword and everything, so it's a lot more, but I ended up... crap, this ring light is kind of big. You can't really see. Okay, yeah, there we go. Right there. I ended up falling asleep on the couch reading this on page 12. There's a lot more pages before page 12 that I read, but I ended up falling asleep reading this on page 12. I get exhausted sometimes. I do a lot. And I thought about this book right here because Lisa Copeland on Fierce 365 talks about this book a lot, so I had to go pick it up. And I realized that maybe this is just the devil. And I started thinking about the title of the book, Outwitting the Devil. And I said, you know what? I'm going to outwit the devil today. I'm not going to let this false evidence that's appearing real, because keep in mind, this was a dream. Although it felt so real, this was a dream. This wasn't reality. These were thoughts that I put inside my head to make it that way. This is false evidence. And no matter what, I took tip number 1 to the heart. And I said, I'm not going to, although this dream appeared to be so real, although it knocked me off of my horse, although it stunned me and knocked me out, I'm not going to let this false evidence stop me. And that's what I'm encouraging you to do, Doser. I know you want to stop. I know when you don't get the results you want to see, that you deserve, take deserving out of your vocabulary. We're going to talk about that next week. I know what you feel, and when you don't accomplish the goals that you want to stop. I know when life knocks you upside your head, the immediate reaction is just to stop, because guess what? I did it this morning. That's the reason I was 2 minutes fashionably late. That's what I always call it, fashionably late. I was 2 minutes fashionably late because there came a point where I didn't want to do the show today, and my tribe talked to me yesterday, and they said, no more of the replays. I understand why you're doing it, this and that, but no more replays. We need you live, Markiss. So I didn't let this false evidence stop me. So number one, take it from me yourself, somebody that's going through it right with you, Doses. Don't let it stop you. Number two, you need to look fear dead in the face. You need to look it dead in the face. Now, I don't know how this book is going to end, but I know there's a point in this book where there's going to be a conversation with the devil, whether it's real or imaginative. But Napoleon Hill had to look the devil right in his face. And that's what I had to do this morning as well, too. I associated all my fears, all my insecurities, all the bad things that's been going on in my life as of recent as the devil. And this morning, in a split instance, I decided to look the devil in his face and say, you're not going to stop me. I decided to look him dead smack in the face. I know today's dose was going to be a little bit different. I know I wasn't going to be as excited, as enthusiastic, as energetic, as pumped up as I usually am. But I know I had a message to deliver, and I know I had to stand up right to him in his face and look him dead in the eye as I'm looking this camera right in the eye and talking to, I don't know how many of you doses out there. I don't care if it's 2 of you, 3 of you, 5 of you, or even 1 of you. I know I had to look the devil dead in his face and say, you don't own me, bro. You don't own me, bro. I'm stronger than you. Because these are false evidences. You are false. You are not real. You're not real to me, bro. You're imaginative. You're these strong. Now I'll admit, you're a little strong, but you ain't stronger than me. You're these negative thoughts and my insecurities that I've been storing inside my head. I created you. And if I made you, I can break you. I can get rid of you. So number two, it's going to be extremely tough to face your fears and insecurities and look them dead smack in the face. But that's just something you got to swallow your pride, bite your tongue, and put on your big boy and big girl pants and just do. Look fear dead in the face and tell them, you don't own me, bro. I created you. And last but not least, number three, you got to realize that it's just false realities that you put in your head. You put them there. See, sometimes reality happens and sometimes reality don't happen. There's this question that we always ask ourselves, sometimes on a daily, single basis. What if? The problem is the majority of the time when we talk to ourselves, when we ask ourselves, what if? We always think about the negative. What if I fail? What if it doesn't turn out the way that I need it to turn out? What if I try and it doesn't go the way that I want it to go? What if I can't pay my bills this month? What if my boyfriend or girlfriend leaves me? What if I do this and they aren't appreciative? When you start asking yourself what if, start asking yourself what if for the positive as opposed to the negative. What would happen if I accomplished my goal? What would life be like if I was able to do this? What would be on the receiving end if I did this for this person? How happy can I make another person? How happy can I make myself? What am I able to do in this type of situation? Instead of going the negative route, go the positive route. Think what if in a good way. Because remember, the majority of the negative things that are stored in your head, you put them there. It ain't happened yet. It didn't happen yet. You didn't get fired from your job yet. You didn't lose money yet. Your boyfriend, girlfriend, your spouse is still there. It didn't happen. You put it there. You ever think about something that you want to do and you hype yourself all up and you're thinking all these negative things and finally you're just trying to talk yourself into it and finally you say, you know what? Forget it. I'm just going to go ahead and end up doing it and whatever happens, happens. And then you go ahead and do it and the person that you're talking to, they're like, yeah, that's cool. You're like, what? Man, I done pumped myself all the way up for that and you just cool with it? Everything's fine? Like legit? You really good with it? Yeah, I figure, you got to do what you got to do and make sacrifices and whatever the case may be and blah, blah, blah. So, yeah, I fully support you. You like, man, Man, I done drove myself crazy for no reason. If somebody's feeling me this morning, hit the like button, hit the love button, tag a homeboy or a homegirl or a coworker. If that's been you, you've pumped yourself up. You didn't thought about every negative outcome that can come from something. And then when you finally put your big boy, big girl pants on, everything was fine. And it's all because there were false realities that you put inside your head. They don't even exist. So I'm here to tell you guys, dosers, today we got to overcome fear. We got to do it together. I'm right there with you. I'm no different than you dosers. Maybe I've had some experiences along the way. Maybe I've had some life lessons that I've learned about. Maybe I've read a few more books than you. Maybe I've studied a few more people than you. Maybe I decided to invest in myself a little bit more than you. But I will tell every single one of you dosers, I am no different than you. I go through it too. Let's go through it together. That's why it's important that you guys watch me live 6:30 a.m. Eastern time zone to catch the dose. I know some of you guys aren't really tech savvy, and I tell you guys this every single day of how to always make sure you catch me, but I still get inbox messages from people saying, man, I still can't see the dose. What you have to do is you have to go to the Daily Dose Show, the like page, not the group, the like page. It has my big silly mug on it. Type it in the search bar. I can't show you right now because my analytics my animations are out of whack. But it's the Daily Dose Though with the thumbs up. You know all those like pages that you have out there with the thumbs up? You got to go to that page. And when you go to that page, underneath that little thumbs up button, there's going to be 3 little dots. You have to hit those 3 little dots and hit the first button that says following. When you hit that following button, there's a button to the right of that says see first. Hit it. Now, there's another little thing that Facebook put up there that says notification settings. Hit that. And then hit the standard one to make sure you always get to see when I post. Now you got to understand, Facebook makes money off of advertising. They want me to pay a lot of money to reach more people. I do the Daily Dose for free. You hear me say it every day. I do what I do from the heart, and I don't expect anything in return. But the way they're set up, they want me to pay to reach more people. And that's why I ask you guys to share. That's realistically the only thing I ask you guys to do, is just share it out. If you believe that I'm a person of value, if you believe that my content is great, if you believe somebody needs to hear this, I ask you to share so that I don't have to spend a whole bunch of money to reach a whole bunch of people. That's all I ask you. So that's a way to make sure that you always see me. I really don't have the outro, but I can say it myself right now. Hey, what's going on, guys? It's Markiss here. Thank you so much for tuning in to the Daily Dose today. Your daily dose of positivity, inspiration, and motivation. I hope you got your antidote today. To make sure you always get your antidote and never miss the Daily Dose show, tune in 6:30 a.m. Eastern Time Zone live. And don't forget to Hulk smash that share button. I love what I do, y'all. I love it to death. I love it to death. And I promise you, I won't let fear stand in the way, because tip number 1, you already saw right there. I'm not going to let it stop me. I promise you that. I'm just here to make the world smile and change people's lives. Thank you for allowing me to do it. Y'all have a fantastic day. Peace.